Hey, everybody. Episode 12 of the Omega Dudes. 12. That's
This
1,
many.
2,
This
not
many.
3. 12. We got 2021. There's a lot of things happening. It's nice to know that memes are still a thing and they're alive and well. We got market comebacks with Robin Hood and day traders. And now we're canceling cars.
What the?
Iconic
Hold on,
cars
guys, give me
going
a
by the
second.
wayside. What
Mom,
the
I told you I
hell?
was doing the podcast.
What are you
tonight.
doing,
Dude.
This is
Dude.
like
Come on, really?
it's like the 12th
Really?
take, dude. We almost had it. We were almost there.
Hey, bring me a beer.
Chaz, we need to get a new partner in this. This isn't gonna. This isn't working.
No.
What's up, everybody? As Parrish so delightfully said in that intro of his, this is episode number 12 of the Omega Dudes. If you haven't done so already, you better be subscribing. Click subscribe right now. Hit like, whether you like it or not, I don't care. Most importantly, comment. I want to see comments. I always post and pin a comment to the comment section because they tell us to do it because they're like, yeah, people will comment if they see that. And it doesn't work. So do it. Just do it. How you guys doing?
Well, Chaz and I called each other before the show, and we said, "What are we having tonight?" Because we're so far apart, we like to feel like we're, together. It kind of helps to bring us.
Lying. He's lying. The conversation went like this. What do we do every night, Pinky?
Try to get drunk on Yingling.
Drink ourselves into a coma.
So, what's happening, guys? Y'all had a good week or what?
It's been a week. I'll say that. It's been a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning and I didn't look at the weather report or anything. And I woke up this morning and there was just like, I don't know, maybe 3 inches of snow.
Oh, dude,
on
I'm
everything.
jealous. I'm so jealous.
It was really cool. It's been a long time. I mean, I don't remember the last time that it snowed overnight and I woke up and there was just a blanket of snow and everything and I didn't see it coming.
So I was just
the first
talking,
snow that we've had all year.
Yeah, I was just talking
right.
to Jen, my wife, about this the other night. Here in Florida, I remember being on the bus when I was in middle school, I think it was, and there were a couple times that we'd stop and there would be icicles hanging off of fences at bus stops during the winter. And I haven't even seen like the frost on roofs for years. And in fact, it was just in the 80s last week in mid-January. So it sucks.
Yeah.
I would love some.
Well, I
snow
remember,
right now.
Chaz, were you in Florida in 89?
Yeah.
1989?
I remember that.
You remember that?
It snowed.
It snowed. I think it was Christmas night, wasn't it? Was it Christmas Eve?
I think it was Christmas Eve.
Snowed, never stuck, but it snowed, man.
Yeah.
In the Tampa Bay area.
Yep. I know.
It was a big deal, too.
It was huge.
Very big deal.
We're still talking about it 30 years later. So
no joke, man. And rightfully so, because it's so hot now. I got to get out of Florida. That's all there is to it. I'm done.
Okay, what's the temperature down there right now? How hot was it today?
It's not bad today. Today, I think the high was like 64 or something like that. So not bad. Yesterday, the high was 77, for example. The day before that, it was like 80, I think. And
man,
even during
all the people
day,
in like Montana, Alaska are hating you right now, buddy.
And I wouldn't want to be there either, but I would like to be somewhere where I actually get a winter. That would be nice because it just doesn't really happen here anymore.
You're
Speaking of winter, people wear mittens.
Yeah.
I just saw a perfect segue opportunity.
This right along. Yeah, the thing about mittens, and we'll circle back around to the front here. One nice thing of all the things that are going crazy in the world, one nice thing is that in 2021, one thing that didn't end in the new year was excellent memes and viral memes.
Yep.
And the memes that have been taking over the internet over the past week were mittens. To be more precise, the mittens on Bernie Sanders.
Yep. I just threw that up so you guys, if you haven't seen this already, which come on, you've probably seen this already, but Bernie Sanders I just wanted to kind of open the show today with some delicious Bernie Sanders memes that I curated. Basically, the story is, if you don't know, at Joe Biden's inauguration, Bernie Sanders was sitting in the back, just like a grumpy old codger that looks like a guy who's pissed off that he lost 2 primaries in a row and he can't believe this is the guy that America elected. His face in that mask looks like a loaded diaper. That's how grumpy he is.
Literally could have been Walter Matthau's double in Grumpy Old Man.
My first impression was he looks like a white Grinch.
That's
anyway.
Racist.
So and I haven't seen any memes of him doing anything Grinchy. So, but to bring up this first, so a lot of people, they took that picture and, they did what, America does. One of our favorite pastimes now. So this is him getting if Bernie Sanders went to Hogwarts, guys, which house would he be in? I know.
Yeah, he would probably be, that's actually a good question. I'd started to say Slytherin, but no, he'd probably be a Hufflepuff. Is what I'm thinking.
I'd said the same. I was thinking the same as Slytherin. No, no, because nobody cares. He's a Hufflepuff.
Right.
I gotta be.
My first thought was Slytherin too, and I was like, no, he's not that. He's Hufflepuff. 100%,
definitely.
So the next one, he's maybe he's been working out some. He's been working on his super. That pump on, with Chris Evans, rocking and rolling, and he's inducted into the Avengers.
Killing it.
Killing it. Standing tall or sitting.
Yeah, well, and
Captain
then
America.
We will say, we will
Beautiful.
say right now that, and sorry, I forget the actor's name, but Black Panther over there, rest in peace. Actually, you know what? I don't have a drink, but I will have a drink to that dude because, man, I didn't even realize he was sick.
Nobody did, man.
For him to perform at that level, and that was shocking. No kidding. No kidding.
And he was a good person.
Yeah.
It's like he was always, doing stuff for kids and charities, and it's just you don't hear
came out of nowhere. So sad. But moving on.
Let's get back to guys, listen, it's way too early in the show to start getting serious.
We're making fun of people. Let's back on track.
Let's keep making fun of commies. Here we go. So this one is Bernie Sanders just sitting on the subway circa 1972 maybe. And then of course him sitting with America's Perfect Idiot, all of our favorites.
I think you might have skipped one there, Parrish, because I'm looking actually right now at the Game of Thrones meme that you had. That's what I had as number 3 in this.
Yeah, so. I missed. Well, I'm halfway through my first beer, so I'm buzzing a little.
No worries. So what was it? Number 4 you were talking about? Okay, so continue with number 4. We'll go back to we'll go back to 3.
Well, okay, so we've got Bernie Sanders on a subway, circa 1970, early 70s maybe, and then of course him sitting with our buddy Deadpool, reading love letters from Wolverine or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. Let's circle back around to the last one now. So the thing is, Game of Thrones really didn't need Bernie Sanders to come in and look all grumpy and codgery to ruin that series. They did a fine job in that last episode all by themselves.
Yep. But that finale episode was just like
killed it, destroyed it.
That was just a
killed
revolver, not even in the mouth. That was like straight up the rear end. I don't understand. And with the amount of money that HBO was throwing at them to continue that series for another few seasons to do it right, whatever.
This is a conversation I don't even want to have.
Me too. Yep. I am. We're done.
So. Then moving on, the nice thing is, we're past the Deadpool one. So the next picture, if I'm looking at them right, this is the last ride on Splash Mountain, and they gave it to Bernie Sanders.
Yep.
It's good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him that he got, that's like the consolation prize to coming dead last in a presidential primary.
He's not even enjoying it. Not even enjoying it. You know, he's got the ride to himself.
I don't know that Bernie Sanders has ever enjoyed anything.
Probably not. He's enjoyed the thought of socialism, though. So there's that. He enjoyed his honeymoon in Russia. So that's Bernie Sanders appreciating Splash Mountains. The next one is him taking a leisurely row down the river in the movie Bird Box. Y'all missed that. It was a little cameo appearance that he made. And what's crazy here is that he's got it wrong because they're blindfolding themselves so they don't see these entities and get whatever was happening, like scaring them to death or something. I can't remember. He's blocking his mouth. It's not speak no evil, it's see no evil in this one.
But here's the thing. Everybody in that movie gonna get COVID except for him. So
yeah, it's true.
He's good.
True.
He might go nuts and slam his head into a wall or something because of whatever the thing is in the movie, but he's not gonna get COVID. So then the next one, here he is, another cameo in a movie that he made. It's our lovable Forrest Gump. Yeah.
Would you like a chocolate? No, I'm going to take these and I'm going to give one to everyone, and we're going to cut it into pieces so everyone gets chocolate. And even though it's so small, it doesn't matter.
He took half his chocolate. The next one is definitely one of my favorites. We had this from a local hunter's cam, a hunter camera out in the woods, and he was just hanging out with the local wildlife. So that's fun.
Yeah, I love how his eyes are glowing despite the fact that human eyes shouldn't do that. Right. What does that say about him and the possible lizard overlord connection? Just throwing that out there.
I mean, look,
he's related to Tom Brady.
I'm not saying, I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions. I'm not saying that's what it is.
I knew it.
Not coming to conclusions, just contemplating.
Yeah. So in the next one, we've got straight from what's that crafting website? Yeah, Etsy? Someone knitted. Nice little Etsy thing. Maybe it looks like maybe they put his glasses upside down, but they're there. It looks great. Someone really. And I mean, the inauguration was only 8 days ago. They really put that together.
Yeah, that's
they really put that together quick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Or queen.
Yeah. Or queen. Yeah.
Or queen.
Man, nice.
Almost got canceled.
Yeah,
well, if that doesn't get us canceled, then this next one might. So, little did you know. See, Trump said that he wasn't going to be at the inauguration, but he was incognito the entire time.
Surprise!
He let the mask fall away for just a second. Someone got this photo, so good on them.
Yeah, that was pretty talented. Yeah, they were Johnny on the spot for that one.
Yeah. So the next one looks like Bernie Sanders is well into his hobbies that he's going to be picking up now that he's kind of in his twilight years and getting out of politics. He's taking up mixed martial arts. So that's good.
The ease though at which he is just armbarring that dude. Like he's not even trying. He looks bored.
I will say too, Bernie Sanders from the waist up is looking, I mean, he's definitely showing his age, but those are not 90-year-old legs, man. No. The guy looks good.
He does.
He has really kept his legs toned.
He has not skipped leg day. I will say that. He's sticking to the plan. Yeah, and that's the thing, really, man. Is. Such a large muscle group. You got to get that HGH somehow. I don't know why people skip it. Bernie, obviously, he's a pro.
Yeah. So, and we'll just round it out with the last one. This is sometimes, you go try and do a good thing and it ends up biting you right in the keister. In this case, literally, apparently there's enough polar bears.
Apparently Sanders was a Pepsi fan and Coca-Cola did not take kindly to that.
Yeah, there you go.
Well done.
So
Hippies.
yeah.
Hey, here's a joke. I got a joke for you.
Okay, let's hear it.
What's red and orange and looks great on hippies?
I don't know. I got nothing.
Fire.
Oh wait, hold on. That wasn't funny.
Sorry.
Chaz. Not at all.
Not funny, Chaz.
Right.
Not funny at all.
Not whatsoever.
Hippies are people too. Just kidding. I keyed.
Are there really even hippies anymore? I guess that's a like I don't think
hipsters,
so.
I think.
Yeah, I guess because like when you joke about hippies like that, I don't even think it's offensive just because I don't think hippies exist anymore. Maybe like burnouts like Cheech and Chong or whatever, like the ones that are left over from that era.
Yeah, but they're not even really hippies anymore.
No,
they're more
not.
No.
Burnout.
No, they're starring in Disney movies, so they're not.
Yeah, well, when
it's like saying like the gangster rapper Ice-T who plays a cop in a TV show now.
Or Snoop Dogg on a show with Martha Stewart. It's like what has happened to the world? So
yeah, they left street cred a long time ago.
So one thing that's the reason I have Photoshop open, and actually let's kind of go back to this really quick, and I will while I'm doing this, I'm going to start sharing my screen with you guys because I was on Photoshop the other day and I found something kind of interesting. Tell me if you guys can see that screen right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Got it? Okay.
Yeah.
So
hey, it's Bernie.
Yeah, I was just going through I was going through the filters, right? Just looking through the filters in Photoshop, and I saw this neural filter thing here, and I clicked on it, and I kind of went through a little process, and I found it's actually pretty interesting. So what I'm going to do, let's see. Chaz took a couple pictures for us here.
Oh God.
Let's use unhappy Chaz first, right? So these neural filters, they're all cloud-based apparently, and what they do is let you change just features of whoever the heck you got in Photoshop. So for example, I'm going to click on these little filters over here. I'm going to click this on, and you have all these different expressions down here. So we have happiness, we have surprise, we have anger, facial age, gaze, hair thickness.
You can give me hair?
So yeah, let's see really quick.
GAZE,
yes,
not GAYS.
Exactly, okay. Right. So let's see. Let's try hair thickness really quick. I'm just gonna. Oh wait. No, wrong one. Sorry, Photoshop kind of glitched out on me. Let me go back down. Hair thickness. Let me jack that up a lot. See what happens with Chaz. It's processing. It takes a second, but let's just see what happens here. It actually it has some pretty funny effects. So we'll just so since you have headphones on, it actually turns you into to something.
Jemima.
I'm not sure.
That is special.
So I'm gonna turn that back off. I guess the headphones kind of ruined that. But the three
what he looked like to me, I was thinking the like the medieval bard that goes around and sings. He's got like a mushroom haircut.
Yes. So the three that I like the most are the happiness, surprise, and anger filters. And what I like to do is turn them all on. I like to jack up anger, turn down surprise, and turn up happiness. Let's just give that a second to see what happens here.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll let it think.
I thought his anger was already at 100. Oh, it's terrible. Oh my gosh.
So tell me.
I look like I'm having a stroke.
Why did they
Adobe? Why?
Why did they give him such? Like, why did they give him teeth from Deliverance, though? That's
let's turn down.
You got a pert mouth, boy.
Let's turn down anger and let's turn down happiness and let's jack up surprise and let's just see what happens here really quick. I'm curious what happens with Chaz's face when we do this. That's not as bad. Okay, that's passable.
Just let it out.
That's passable, but let me jack up happiness again and just see what happens. We have some other pictures we'll mess with too, because this is just this is prime.
Is Chaz. So surprise and happiness. that's the look. That's the look he makes at a surprise party when he walks in the room and everything. Surprise!
Hey guys,
that's what you get. Holy cow, that's terrible.
So I think what this is, you know how the Marvel movies, they've been de-aging people, or not just Marvel, like Disney in general. So they did it with Luke Skywalker and The Mandalorian. Spoilers to anybody who hasn't seen that already. Come on, get with the times. They did it with Samuel L. Jackson in the Captain Marvel movie, right? So they've been de-aging people. Yeah, they've been de-aging people for a while now, and it's looking better and better. And I'm well, except for what we have on the screen right now. But I think that this is where this is going, and it's kind of cool when you think about it. Let's just reset all these really quick. I want to see facial age. Let's just see what happens when I jack up and mind you, I'm putting all this stuff to the max, so there probably could be some tweaking that would make it look better. Ooh, that's Chaz's dad. That is legit Chaz's dad. Yeah,
that looks just like.
Yeah, Chaz's but I got the hair again.
Wow. Well, that's because of your headphones in that picture. But let's see. Let's go. You know what? I'm going to cancel. Let's go to the other Chaz picture that doesn't have the headphones in there. So let me go back to the neural filters here. It takes a second to kind of like locate the face and start neuralizing everything. So let's see. Okay, so here we go.
He looks so happy, Chaz.
He does.
I have literally never seen Chaz smile like smile that big. I've never seen him that happy in my life.
And I actually asked him to do that because the other picture didn't have smiling, and they put teeth on his face. So I wanted to see just what would happen. So let's try the same thing again. Let's do facial age first. Let me, since he doesn't have headphones on now, we can do that. And maybe we'll give him some hair next. Just start off light. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Thinking about it, obviously having a little bit harder time than with Samuel L. Jackson. Let's just see what happens.
Considering,
oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, I can see it. It looks a little bit less like his dad than the other one, but yeah, it's still there.
It's there. Let's reverse his age a lot, and let's also give him more hair. We'll just jack that up. Not to the max. Let's just do it halfway and see what happens. I'm curious what Chaz will look like as a younger Chaz. And with more hair. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I like the part kind of in the middle they got going on.
It's like I almost got like a Princess Leia thing. Look at my right ear.
Yes.
Like, what the hell?
I think it saw the seat or something coming behind you, maybe.
I don't know.
Okay, but on top of well, let's reset it. Let's do the same little happiness, anger, surprise thing where we take anger all the way up, surprise all the way down, and happiness all the way up. Let's see what it gives us with this picture. And don't worry, Chaz, you're not the only one. I took a picture of myself before the show. And, oh my God. Oh my God. What is that?
That, my friend, is the face of a serial killer.
That is nightmare. That's horrible.
It's like he was already showing his teeth, and they made him worse. Like, what? Why they
Jesus Christ?
That is the person screaming no when Trump got elected the first time.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, that's so bad. Let's add all the surprise back in and see if it gets any worse.
Oh God. That's so bad.
I look like I just came up and seen a porn site.
Dude, I don't know why they have teams creating monsters for scary movies. They could just use this. Parrish is laughing so hard he knocked his camera off. Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna cancel this really quick. I'm gonna pull up one of myself and I was gonna see really quick. Okay, so here's see if Parrish gets reconnected here in a second while we're doing the neural filter setup. So let's see.
Oh God.
Oh. So yeah, I had some hat hair in this one. Don't judge me too harshly, guys. I tried to make my gaze as just basic and unassuming as possible. Parrish, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'd switch over to the old school camera because I lost my good one.
Okay, we're setting up the filter right now, so no big deal.
Oh my gosh, that is great.
I'm going to de-age myself and just see what it. Wait. Oh, don't do that. There we go. De-age, and yeah, I guess that's about really all that matters right now. De-age and see what happens. See what I look like. I don't know if it takes beards into consideration or not. We'll see.
Please cut his beard off.
Right?
Wouldn't that be funny? I don't think it will, though. I still, Parrish, I still got your, there we go. He's back.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, it de-aged me kind of, but that wasn't that great. Oh, okay.
It looks like you put makeup on.
It does. It looks
like from like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah,
when
so,
right.
So yeah, it wasn't that. I'm just going to turn that off. So let's do the old standard. We're just going to do anger up, surprise down. This is just, I found this over screwing with this, that this usually produces the best disgusting results. So let's see what this turns me into. I'm really curious.
It can't be any worse than mine. It really can't.
It's
oh my god! They use a Neanderthal
or Avatar or something. It's not as bad as Chaz's, I will say.
Ooh, caveman!
But I
Geico saved me car insurance.
I'm gonna put the surprise up, and I'm gonna turn the facial age up, and I'm gonna put the gaze up, and I'm just gonna max everything out really quick and see what happens. I'm really curious what'll happen here. Head direction, whatever. We'll just leave it at that. See what happens. Oh, whoa!
He's a zombie.
Whoa, yeah, that's ooh. I think we lost Parrish. You still there? You're not.
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Okay, because this is pretty disgusting. I guess this is me if I drank the witch's brew or something. Not quite as bad as Chaz. I don't know how they got this from my face, but
I love how the hair just started thinning on top.
Yeah, it's
that's good.
That's rough, man. That is rough.
Let's try it with. It's probably not going to work as well, but let's try it with old Bernie Sanders.
Ooh,
with the mask. Around his mask.
Yeah, let's just see really quick.
I bet it's awesome.
I bet you it's going to be horrendous because it's probably going to try and put a mouth on the mask if it can detect his face. We'll see. Let's just see. I don't know if it will be able to be honest. I haven't tried this yet, so. Uh-oh. No faces were detected for this. Well, that's a disappointment.
That's too bad.
Yeah, oh well. Okay.
That's because he's not a real person.
Well, we had some nightmares. Yeah, we'll add those to the thumbnail. That's how you guys will find this show is through that. So, cool. Well, there you go. Adobe neural filters. If you guys have Photoshop subscriptions, check it out.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
That's just hours of fun.
You should have a Photoshop subscription just for that.
Just for that.
That was just for.
I was pleasantly surprised when I saw that. Yeah. It was disgusting, but yeah. All right, yeah, I guess I'll stop sharing my screen with you guys now because you don't need to see that anymore. I'd rather see my beautiful face. Oh,
so
man.
When you, and the thing is with these neural filters, if you have Adobe Photoshop, if you have the ability to throw out these neural filters, if you want, can you add pictures to comments here and YouTube?
I don't know if you can, but you can post links. We have links enabled, so go ahead, post links in the comments section.
Post a link.
Throw it up.
Post a link. We want to see those pictures.
If you guys can beat Chaz,
shoot us emails and we'll post them on our social media page.
Yeah, or upload it to Imgur or any of those things, and we'll download it. And we'll put them on our next episode. But let's see if you can beat Chaz. And that wasn't that much work that I put into that. And Chaz has a face of horror. I'll just say that it's a talent. He's a man of many talents.
And I mean, He is. He is. And I'll tell you what, the thing about it, if you're a connoisseur or an aficionado of alternative media, then soon you might be able to use the dreaded Parler, because it is coming back.
You might not want to mention that
P word.
Yep. So, so if you're wanting to take these horrible doctored ugly photos to impress your friends and stuff, you will have soon, from what we hear, you'll have that opportunity again with Parler.
What is the latest update on that, Parrish?
Yeah, what's going on with them is they have the domain keeper. I forget what the terminology is, but they're using this domain server or something like that, the same one that Gab uses, and it is called Epic. And so they're working with them. They're working on getting servers. They've got I think a couple different companies that they're talking to at this point right now. They actually posted on their website parler.com a few days ago that it was just a post that said, hello, is anybody there? So they're testing stuff out to see if it works.
The hello world, that standard like networking message that you type when back in the day.
Yeah.
Yes, that's nerdy stuff.
Like
but
that.
Yeah. So they found
HTML code.
Right. They found basically a server that agreed to host their app, huh?
Yeah. So they're actually talking to a server provider. I heard that from Bloomberg was saying that they have a server provider that's out of Russia, or it's a Russian company or something like that.
Here we go. The conspiracies, they're going to start rolling in.
And just when you thought that the right was the only place for conspiracy theories, here comes Russia again.
Well, so and I get that, because that's you're not going to be able to do it in the United States, most likely, just because of everything that's going on and them being such a targeted app right now. Even though we won't talk too much about that, but the whole this whole Capitol thing was planned on Parler. Like, come on, other social media wasn't used for any of that. Give me a break.
They didn't use Twitter or Facebook at all.
Right, but we won't even get into that stuff. To avoid or maybe even not avoid, but just be able to get back on at all, it's going to have to be out of the United States. So I guess and Russia, I mean, they got nothing better to do than to piss off the U.S. So, might as well, right?
Oh, you do not want this to happen? Okay.
Yeah, watch and learn.
Hold my vodka.
Hold my vodka. You beat me to it, Ding. So that's happening, and that's good. What else is going on in big tech?
Well, what's crazy, and I'm sure everybody out there knew that this was coming, the whole GameStop stock fiasco thing. Yeah. And so I saw the initial happenings of this, not when it first started, but it was a couple months ago, I think, because I dabble with trading and kind of keep my finger to the pulse of things. And
joke, Chris actually had to dumb everything down and explain it.
It's all right. There's a lot of technical stuff when it comes to trading in the stock market and everything, but I saw the initial rumblings of this, and to be honest, I didn't think it was going to actually happen, because institutional traders and hedge funds and stuff, they have a lot more capital than us little guys. But once I found out why it was happening, and to everyone out there that doesn't know, this isn't a Reddit spamming the market and screwing things up. This is a hedge fund that is basically playing dirty. So everybody out there, I I won't get too into it, but if you don't know what shorting a stock is, the very basis of it, the basic way to describe it is you are selling shares to a stock that you don't own. So if you buy a stock, if the stock goes up, you can sell it and you'll make money. If it goes down, you sell it, you lose money. Basically, if you buy a stock at $10, it goes to 15, you can sell it at $15, you now have 15. If it goes down to 5, now you only have 5. Shorting, you are actually borrowing shares of the stock, selling them. So you haven't actually made any investment yet, but you have to buy them back at a later date. So if you sell them for $10 and it goes up to 15, now you have to buy them back at 15 or whatever price it gets to. And if it goes down to 5, now you're buying them back at 5. So you made 10 from that initial sale, per share, and you're buying them back for 5. So you made money off it going down. What happened was I won't name any of these funds or anything, but they shorted GameStop past 100%, essentially past what the company was worth with fundamentals. And someone took notice of this and thought, this is a great opportunity, because when that happens, once people start buying, it's going to move a lot. And eventually they're going to have to cover, that's what it's called when you buy back your shares, you're going to have to cover your short, and the buying is going to make it go up even faster, because when you buy, the more interest, the higher the stock starts to rise. When you have to buy back your short position, it's more buying, it goes up faster. And that's what we saw. It slowly went up for a while. The funds thought, we're just going to double down. We're not going to sell, instead of fading out of their position, until they got forced to sell. And that's what happened. So this wasn't a Reddit thing. This was institutional traders doing very stupid things with money that isn't theirs, thinking that because they can influence the market, they'll get away with it. And they didn't.
At least one of the company, one of the hedge funds has filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah, they had to
lost
liquidate
$12 billion or something.
They had to liquidate all these positions and really successful positions, and sucks for them. And the worst part about it, though, is that they're probably going to get bailed out. I won't say anything about that. Yeah, I've heard some things, but and they don't deserve to. This is their fault.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword.
We don't get bailed out when we make a stupid decision. If I lose my entire life savings because I made a bad decision, I don't get a government bailout. Yeah. So
when I was in elementary school, I collected baseball cards, and I was talking about this really expensive card that I got out of a pack one day. Oh yeah, it's this awesome insert. It's got embossed whatever, blah blah blah. And this kid I was in school with, I was in third grade. He was like, it's not worth, I was like, it's worth $80, bro. And he was like, it's not worth $80. And I'm like, yeah, it is. I looked it up in Beckett, yo. And he's like, dude, it's a little square piece of cardboard with a picture on it. That's all. It's not even worth 2 cents. I'm like, I didn't comprehend what he was talking about. It's like, this value is totally arbitrary. It's only worth what someone's willing to pay for it and what the collector's market says that it's worth.
Right.
I mean, stocks are the same thing. You're not buying anything. And so wait. I'll stop you right there. I'll clarify. You are technically buying something. Like when you own stock buying into a company.
Yeah, when you own stock in a company, you are a shareholder of that company, no matter how little. But yes, you don't have anything tangible, and most people, when they are buying it, aren't thinking of it that way.
Right. When you're buying something, you think, oh, hey, whatever. The new iPhone came out, and so Apple stock's going to go up. Well, Apple stock doesn't have to go up because a new iPhone came out and they're doing a lot of sales, but it does because people see the company making more money, and so they're putting bets on that. It's like, this horse looks really good. Let's bet on him to win because he's more likely to win. But stocks don't necessarily have to go with the trend of how the company is doing, and that's what they're showing. That's one thing that I'm a complete novice, so I don't know much about it. But I don't know. I just thought that was interesting, and I'm really happy to see people for what was it, a year or two at the oh crap, what was that movement that people were camping out in front of Bank of America and Wall Street and stuff a few years ago?
Occupy
Wall Street. So Occupy Wall Street didn't do half of what a few people in Reddit did.
They caught them with their pants down, and that's what happens. They didn't even
have to leave the house, man.
Yeah, and what's funny is that so many media sources are blaming like the Redditors, like these guys. Come on, are you kidding me? Like you're talking about the little man versus somebody with billions of dollars.
Basically, it's like the opposite of what happened with Enron a few years ago. It's just like everything's going fine, and then Enron crashed. Well, now everything's been in the toilet, and somebody exposed that it's not. And it went the other way,
and not
a reverse
even,
crash,
kind of, but not really though. So what was happening was they were driving the stock price down because they were shorting it. Because the more a stock is sold, the further it's going to go down. If there's more selling than buying, the price is going to go down because the value is perceived to be dropping. It doesn't matter what GameStop's worth at this point. It matters what the company is valued at with all their assets and everything. The value of the company and where the price was at was way below what the value of the company still is. I mean, GameStop's on the way out, like Blockbuster and everything, but it's worth something still. And they had shorted it so much that it just wasn't real. It was overboard. It was way too much. So as soon as they started buying, it just started a chain reaction that was slow at first. But once, and here's the other big thing, these institutional traders are trading on margin as well. And for everybody that doesn't know what margin is, that's when they get money lended to them either by a broker or a bank or whatever. So they're playing with more money than they actually have. So like 2-3 times the amount of money. When you start losing in a position, you're losing that 2-3 times the amount that you would have with just the normal amount of money that you have. But the lender starts to see that you're losing this money, and they can, do a margin call and say, "Hey, we need you to pay this back now. We need you to close this position." They'll be like, "Well, no, we think it's going to go back down, and we'll get it back. Too bad, we don't trust you anymore. Give us our money back." So they have to sell their position, and that's called a short squeeze. And you saw what happened, man. That was crazy, crazy.
Well, what is the deal with? Because today a lot of brokerages killed their service to where your average person wasn't able to buy any more of the stock. What can you say about that?
I don't know about all of that, because I know that, well, at least from what I saw, I use Ameritrade, and by all intents and purposes, it looked like I could still buy the stock. It was after closing when I looked at it, so I wouldn't have. But I know Robinhood will, with especially margin accounts, they won't let you trade, or at least they didn't back when I was looking at it a couple years ago. They wouldn't let you trade stocks they considered highly volatile, so stocks that were going way up and way down, like GameStop was. And that's probably what happened. They wouldn't let people trade with margin anymore, or maybe not even at all, just because they deemed it too, volatile. And that's just part of how Robinhood is, which it's a free app. It's kind of hard to complain about it, I guess. But so I'm not surprised to hear that from them. And I would be surprised to hear if that happened with some of the bigger brokers out there, like the E-Trade and TD Ameritrade and, all those. But I don't know. I don't use Robinhood anymore.
Well, it was
bougie.
Yeah. But yeah. What's crazy is that with all of this going on, Parrish tells me the other day that, well, I'll let you bring this out, Parrish, because this was shocking to me. This hit me like right here. One of my favorite vehicles apparently is going the way of the dinosaur.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I mean, it's it's mine too. I mean, it's the vehicle that I want to get.
Yeah.
Eventually. And the thing is, it's a terrible call, because not only is it one of the longest running, sorry, my lighting's all off. Not only is it one of the longest production SUVs, I think it might be the longest production SUV. But it's a major favorite. Toyota Landcruiser being canceled. I mean, it it's unconscionable to me. They are, and here's the thing that really sucks about it is that they're not making it anymore like they did with the FJ Cruiser. Okay, they're still making it. They're just not making it in America. They're still making Okay, so check this out. They're still making the Lexus version of the Land Cruiser, which is, I believe, the LX 470 or LX 570. I don't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know the
Lexus version.
Glocks. I'm not sure of all the numbers, but yeah.
The Lexus version is still being made, but not the Land Cruiser. The Land Cruiser will still come out in other countries, in other markets, but not in America.
That's such an iconic. I have always wanted. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. My favorite car since I was young has always been a Vet. Now that C8 has come out, the mid-engine, it's so cool. I will admit they knocked it out of the park with that.
Sexy car.
It really is next level.
It is. But in terms of just a cool, rugged vehicle to have, Bronco was number 2. Well, I'll say Bronco was number 3. The Lamborghini, whatever the heck that SUV they had in the 80s, was probably number 2 just because it's so ridiculous. But in terms of realistically, it is, isn't it? But realistically, the Toyota Land Cruiser with like the whole snorkel intake.
Yeah, boy.
They're so, but they still have in Afghanistan, like these terrorists that are driving around these things because they just don't die. And they're from 20 years ago. Awesome. Just cool cars, rugged. And there goes Parrish's camera again. Technical difficulties, but man, disappointing to hear that. Disappointing. What?
I hate them.
Oh, come on, Chaz.
Why?
Just do.
Why?
I think they're ugly. They're not fun to drive. They're not fun to work on. Everything on them are expensive.
What's not fun? Well, okay. Fun to drive is relative. Like it's it's a big SUV.
Now I know why the neural filters pulled those monsters out of you, because that's what's beneath that visage that you have, that lovable Chaz visage. You're a monster. How dare you,
dude? I mean, the Toyota 5.7 liter V8 is a 1 million mile engine.
Like legit.
Not fun to work on. Yeah, that's fine. It can be.
So you got to change a timing belt on that thing.
Because you never have to freaking work on it.
So explain it. Why?
Yeah, I do.
What's so difficult for changing a timing belt on a Land Cruiser? Because I've never worked on one.
It's a nightmare. Timing belts, for the most part, I mean, like a Honda Civic, Accord, it's no big deal. And a lot of your Toyotas are timing chains. That one, it's a belt driven, and no. God, no.
That's not enough to convince me. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about this is why it was a terrible idea. Okay, to cancel the Land Cruiser. People will say people who are honestly bad people like Chaz. They will say they've got the 4Runner, they've got the Highlander, they've got the Sequoia. What do they need a Land Cruiser for? Exactly. Okay, so the answer to that is that the Land Cruiser is a third row SUV. It's, a big full size, whatever, family SUV.
It's not a big Suburban.
For the people. Well, that's what the Sequoia's, the Toyota Suburban. Okay. They don't need it for that.
Smaller than the Sequoia.
Okay. So the Land Cruiser is the vehicle for the people, the guy or the family or the woman, whatever, who has made it, who is down for a good, rock solid last SUV you ever need type of thing, that can go off road, still looks good, but it's understated. A Lexus is not understated. Yes. A freaking Mercedes G-Wagon. You roll up in a Mercedes G-Wagon when you're the owner of a construction company and you've got to take it off road to get to a site. And all of your employees that are making 40 and 50K sweating their butts off all day, they don't want to see a G-Wagon roll in.
Am I the only person that absolutely hates the G-Wagon?
I hate it.
I think it is the most overpriced,
and
stupid.
Pretentious.
Yeah, not only that, but if you've seen any, I've never driven one. I've seen them. I've kind of looked at them. But if you've seen any car guy reviews, like the Doug guy thing that writes for couple magazines. He has like a YouTube thing. If you type Doug car reviews on YouTube, he'll come up. But I think Dave Doug, something like that. He went through and talked about it, and the QC, the design, it's just not good. It's just the garbage. Like the way the doors shut and the hinges, and it's just what? It's not worth what.
Well, with the Land Cruiser, it's so damn expensive. Your average person can't afford it, and that's Toyota's biggest market is your average Joe. Maybe a little on the upper middle class side for some of their more luxurious cars. But Land Cruisers, they're $80,000+ vehicles.
Right. 80, 90 grand. Yep.
Someone that's going to spend 80 to 100 grand on a car, they're going to buy the Vet.
No, not necessarily.
No way.
Not necessarily.
Dude,
and I will say this. So a 2016 Land Cruiser, I'm just throwing this out there. I'm seeing them for like the mid 50s, with 40, not that many. Yeah. So it's not unachievable. That's getting into the reasonable for a Land Cruiser price range.
But brand new, maybe. That's a 6-year-old car.
And it will be a 30-year-old car.
That'll exactly.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. You talk about the pricing and stuff. Look at the high end, whatever the high Sierra or whatever the crap version of the 2021 Suburbans are, bro. I guarantee the freaking Lincoln Navigator. The Lincoln Navigator is $110,000 SUV.
Just trucks nowadays.
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous. I can't believe how much trucks are going for nowadays. It's insane.
Yeah. 90K for a decent luxury full-size SUV. It's not out of this world anymore. And like, honestly, and look at this. So the 2016 Land Cruiser, you're lucky if you can find one for $45K, especially now with the gas prices down where they are. They've actually gone up. I've been looking at 2016s for about 2 years now, and a year ago there was a few around in the country that were $40K. Now those same 2016s are like 50.
Yeah,
and that speaks to the Land Cruiser, man. The Toyotas just hold their value really well, Yep. I want one. Now I want one more because I feel like now that they're an endangered species, they're going to go up even more.
Exactly. Yeah. And hopefully one of these days when this podcast blows up and we're all just millionaires, we're up there hanging out with Jeff Bezos at the top. Started at the bottom. Now we're here. That.
Well,
so yeah,
I won't be hanging out with Jeff Bezos.
Talk about two things. I know. Cars that are going to be worth something.
Once.
Maybe
cars that are going to be worth something in Vets. So the new Vet, the 2020 Vet,
so sweet.
It's so sexy. But did this particular Vet, this particular model year, watch, I promise you, that's going to be one of the most sought after cars out there because they only made 2,700 of them.
Oh, then maybe. It's also going to be one of the more expensive too. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I mean, though. It's because it was a limited production. Everybody wants one. Nobody can get one.
Yeah, it's they knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. Plus, they're talking about turning Corvette into its own brand.
It's exactly
like they did with Ram.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Yeah, they're talking about doing a sedan, a compact SUV, and I think that's all I've heard so far. And they said, this was from like an insider, and they said that it could just as easily fizzle out the idea, but they are talking about it depends on the economy and everything. But yeah, they're talking about turning that into a brand, like you said, similar to what was the one you SVT, similar to like how Lamborghini, like you have all kinds of Lamborghinis out there. That's not going to be a Chevy Corvette. It's going to be like a Corvette something, crazy. Yep. Be weird.
And they're talking about doing the same thing with Mustangs and Broncos too.
I could see
they're calling it the Ford Legends line. So they've already got them. So you got like the Mustang, then you got the 305 Mustang, then you got the Cobra and all this stuff. I mean, you've already got it, but they're going to wind up branding them differently. Just like they got the Bronco and the Bronco Sport coming out.
So didn't they back in the 80s or something like that? I can't remember when it was, but didn't they already try doing like a 4-door Mustang? It was either like a concept or something. Yeah.
I think they did like in the 70s or something.
Something like it was horrendous looking.
I'm pretty sure they called it an escort.
No, I don't think so. Let me. You guys just keep talking for a second about this whole brand thing. I'm going to look this up.
Chaz, have you seen the electric Mustang? Like it's like a Mustang SUV. I don't know. SUV is just such a bastardized name these days because half of them out there aren't sport or utility.
Yeah, it's a concept. It's not even a completed thought. But
I thought it was coming out.
So I just started sharing my screen with you guys over here on the right. You can see the 4-door Mustang. You got
the Mustang that never was.
Yep, that's it. But that's what they were. That's what they were going for before. Was that
it was a concept?
Yeah,
yeah, they're all concepts.
You know, they were thinking about it. So it's not the first time that this has happened.
Still are.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
so cool.
Well, that's interesting.
It would be very interesting to see what a Corvette sedan and a Corvette compact SUV would look like, because I'm assuming they're going to be more sporty, more horsepower.
Well, not even that. Right. Are they going to maintain the mid-engine thing?
Probably.
Are you going to have a mid-engine sedan?
I would say no.
They're just going to make it a rear engine.
Well, they've got the new Mustang is a electric car. So I mean, mid-engine isn't really coming into play.
GM actually announced today that all of their cars will be electric by 2035. So 14 years from now, everything's going to be electric.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Interesting.
Which is, I thought that was pretty cool. I mean,
there's ups and downs to electric.
It is ambitious.
For sure.
And don't get me wrong. Yeah, with electric, the whole instant torque thing, instant power, the acceleration's great. Infrastructure for charging and stuff like that, maybe not so much. And there's just something to be said about revving an engine and just hearing those ponies roar. And
here's a fun fact: BMWs, Mustangs, and several other vehicles. A lot of the noise you hear when you rev that engine is coming from the speakers.
Right. Yeah. No, I have heard that. And what's the funniest thing about that is the reason why they did that is.
This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. This program has been removed for your safety. Please choose an approved program from the selection appearing on your screen now. Thank you for your compliance in this matter.